All right, guys. So we're here with Joe, the big man himself, creator of Aurafall. Going to do a quick interview with him and ask him some questions, kind of get some feedback with him. So, hi, Joe. How are you today?
Hey, pretty good, considering day off and all.
Right. I'm actually enjoying a few extra days off myself, which is the reason why I'm getting a few extra videos pumped out. So it's been pretty nice. But we'll go ahead and start here. So Aurafall has been around for almost 60 years. What kind of brought this about? Like, what started Aurafall?
So Aurafall began almost 6 years ago, off a story I've had since I was about 13 or 14 years old. I'm 27 now, if that tells you anything. I've had the story for a long time. Minecraft came out around 2013. I think I was about 18, 19 years old when it finally came out on Xbox 360. I'd never heard of it before. Picked up the game. My brother got super into it and discovered over time YouTube videos of RPG worlds on Minecraft, the things you could do with it. Of course, console being limited, my brother and I tried our hardest, made the first world on Xbox 360 in 2013, June. Little did I know it would later become Aurafall. It would later take on the persona of my story that I've had since I was 13, 14 years old. So up to today, today I've incorporated both Aurafall story, the world, the universe, into Minecraft, into a playable RPG experience. It was my hope at the time to allow players into this world, into my head, give them a chance to see what I see, and play how they want to play in it. And one thing led to another, and here we are.
Right. Now, I've been, I think, playing since Gen 2. We're on, what, Gen 5 now? So it's...
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, technically. So yeah, we've had a lot of ups and downs with the server, with server crashes or corruptions. And I've noticed a lot of changes over the years as far as your build style, and we've had a lot of different builders come in. Is there anything in particular that has changed with Aurafall or with the lore of Aurafall over the years that, has completely changed from where we started?
Oh, loads. If you're talking in terms of lore, I am a person, a little bit of background. I'm an artist in real life. I graduated with painting and graphic design and with an art degree there. That tells you anything. I'm never satisfied with my end product, ever.
I know that feeling.
It would be better. I always compare it. Yeah, you're always comparing it to someone else. How can I feel like, how can I be more like this person? How can it look as interesting as what this piece of work does or that? It's kind of toxic if you think of it that way, but it's what drives me. And the story itself, I was 13, 14. I was a kid when I developed or came up with the story. I didn't even have a name for Aurafall at the time. So as I matured, the story matured. It's changed a lot, and that's no different for what happened here in Minecraft in the Aurafall world. It wasn't even named Aurafall in the beginning. Lore was very different. Sure, if you ask Morris, Stingy, all of them, they'd tell you. I think by Gen 3 was when I officially named it Aurafall, and close to Gen 4, I realized, yeah, I just need to go all in. Like, I have the perfect story in my head to tell. Why am I trying to tell two different stories? One in Minecraft, one in what I'm trying to write and draw and illustrate on the side. So mashed them together, and here we are.
Speaking of illustrations,
right now, I'm still writing it for the. What's that now?
I was just going to say, speaking of illustrations, have you ever thought of doing like a illustrated comic for Aurafall or anything like that? That would be kind of cool.
That's where I first wanted to go, and I did that when I was a lot younger, when I had more time. I plan to revisit it, and that's actually how I want to tell the story, or how I initially wanted to, and still want to. But time, just timing.
Just want to apologize to anybody that's watching right now. My dog is sitting on the couch behind me and is yipping at something. I don't know. He's doing his thing. But if you guys hear him, I apologize. Anyway, Joe, back to you. What were you saying there?
Oh no, that was pretty much it. So, I find it easier to model and texture mobs and place blocks to make these structures to kind of build the world. I find it a little easier, a little less stressful actually than actually drawing it, illustrating it, erasing and redoing it. It's kind of weird. It's an
I could see
experience
that. Right. Well, hopefully that'll be something that you finish up in the future. I would definitely like to see a comic or something, or even a short story. That would be pretty awesome. I'd sit down and read them for sure.
I've got plenty of sketches and drafts of, I guess, the panels, but unhappy with them.
You're not happy
Things
with
have
them?
changed, like I said, so they're obsolete now.
Well, I was going to say, in the future, if you ever decide that you want to showcase any of them, let me know. You can send them to me, and I'll throw some of the sketches and stuff up on the vids. So right now, what are you currently working on?
Right now, less so in the world physically. Though I do pop in occasionally to do the commands, check, see what everybody's doing, how progress is coming. I'll throw in a few details here and there on some of the side builds, but primarily I'm just trying to get the models and textures working for some of our new items, blocks, and mobs. If you asked me if I'd be doing that or if I would ever get into that a year ago, I'd probably slap you and say, no, that's what are you talking about? But here I am. That's all I need for it, so threw myself in. And little did I know it would kind of consume the time I would have used to physically build at this stage in the game.
Right. No, I definitely understand what that is.
I have an amazing team to carry some of the weight there. So
yeah. Shout out to the builders and devs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do have an amazing group of people. Honestly, I know personally I like working with all of them. Some of them we've been working with for years, and we've had a lot of people kind of drop in and out because of all the hiccups and road bumps that we've kind of ran into. But ultimately, though, everybody's pretty much on board, and I think one of the biggest changes to Aurafall and the server in general is Realms. Realms has been super nice to be able to hop in and out as I wish, to be able to build instead of basically sitting by the clock saying, all right, when is Joe going to be on? So that way I can continue what I'm working on. Because as a builder, once you start working on something like an RPG server or something that other people are going to play on, it's really hard to go back and build on your own world that nobody's going to ever see. So it's pretty cool to be able to kind of hop in and out and actually be able to do that. Now, you mentioned some of the different mobs. What kind of the different mobs have you been working on?
At the moment, purely replacement mobs. After they announced the API a couple months back coming and the 1.9 update, 1.8? Yeah, 1.8, 1.9, that would change how we introduce new mobs to the game. I ended up kind of going backtracking a bit and just focusing on, okay, what mobs fit the lore that currently exists in Minecraft and which ones are just kind of out there and need a little push in a different direction.
Right.
Creeper being one of them. What the heck is a creeper?
Right.
And I mean, we know what a zombie is. We know what a walking skeleton is. We've seen them in RPGs, even in real life myths. We've got the Evoker, the Vindicator, which kind of serve as a bandit and some kind of caster. It's a little grounded, but the Creeper, what the heck is that? So that's one of the mobs I've retextured recently, so it looks more animatronic, like a machine explodes, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And the lore, yeah, and it ties to the lore too. In the lore, you've got your Blighted, which are the undead and abominations. You've got your beasts or primal beasts, which are, well, you can guess it, your bears, wolves, all the way up to forest spirits like wisps and stuff. And then you have your constructs, which are from the old world. before the great cataclysm in the lore, where there was a golden age of technology and civilization, and these machines served their masters at the time. Well, masters are gone, extinct, wiped out, they're locked away in vaults, and they've only recently awakened when the towers in the lore reawakened. So now they're out and about, roaming the world, brand new changed world. So creepers are now, well, I guess we see them as golems, and they still do explode, but they look very different, just to fit in with the lore more. Oh, and they are affected by one of our 2 new enchantments we added to the game.
Oh.
So,
do you mind elaborating on that a little bit? What's these enchantments?
So you've got you have Smite. That's default. That's remained, but we made changes to 2 of them. Name changes and how they affect things. So, for example, Bane of Arthropods, one of the most useless ones next to Impaling, the new one, Impaling, because how many times do you come across a spider? Well, you come across it a bit, but
right,
how many mobs have arachnid in the name? Like an arthropod in the name. So, simply changing the name and tying the arthropod tag onto different mobs. In this case, beasts. We were able to name the enchantment Ensnare. It still keeps its damage arthropods, and it still keeps its make this mob move slower for a little bit when it gets struck. Which, by the way, I don't know if many of you knew, but Bane of Arthropods does slow down spiders when it hits them. We were able to give that tag to the other beasts. So now it works on wildlife. So if you come across a bear, wolf, a wisp, a watcher, which name's changing on the watcher, it's kind of too generic. But anything that's primal, you hit them with the ensnare, it'll affect them.
Right.
It's technically you're hitting them with Bane of Arthropods, but it's renamed Ensnare. Now they are arthropods technically in the game's code. So it's kind of a cool little illusion. Gives a little more use to what used to be one of the most useless enchantments to have. Same with Paling that you had on the Trident, which, by the way, the Trident's no longer Trident. We'll see that more later. But Impaling's now Bondbreaker. And it's effective against the machines, the golems from the old world.
Okay, so that makes sense. It's kind of like a Skyward Sword. You've got the ancient sword and whatnot, or the ancient gear that's more effective against the robots and the machinery. That makes a lot of sense. Cool. Skyward Sword was an amazing
pretty
game,
much
by the way.
Pretty much all 3 of the main hostile classes, your blighted, constructs, and primal beasts. Now all 3 of them have an equal enchantment that'll be effective against them.
Have you made any changes to the spiders at all, or do you have any plans for those?
The spiders, I don't think I'm changing the model. I've kind of left it to texture pack makers that we use. I make her texture packs, some of them, but I don't go all in to redo everything. That would be that would be like working on Aurafall all over, like the amount of time needed for that stuff. So I kind of rely on just the base models for some stuff, like spiders. They've kind of stayed the same, but there's a few catches. The normal spider will in Aurafall will slow you down. It'll inflict you with slowness if it bites you.
Right.
So start trying to sprint. Like you can't just walk away from it easily.
Right. You try to get the hell out of there.
And there is a boss that is a spider in the game. Spoilers later.
Oh yeah, interesting.
It is huge.
Oh wow, that kind of makes me nervous. I hate spiders. Now.
Oh, you'll love this guy.
Right. And I know that
model. This one is spent.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. So I was about to say, I mean, even some of the textures that you're not changing now, over time, as Aurafall progresses, I'm sure you'll be like, maybe want to make a change to that. Or,
oh, heck yes.
I can see a lot of the textures that we have now are eventually going to get updated. But for the time being, trying to get this out to the public, from what I'm gathering, you're not too worried about some of them, and then eventually over time they'll probably end up changing.
For sure. I've got I guess contingency plans for it all, but as you said, there are people waiting, and right now it's only the essentials that need to be redone.
Right. Now,
You know,
one
the ones that break
thing
immersion.
that I would suggest, I'm turning on my screen stuff here so I can pull up. Just a personal suggestion from a build member here. Change the torches. I absolutely hate the torches. They look so much like the original. And if I had a suggestion, just throwing this out there, instead of torches, why don't we try to do like something like lanterns or something along that line?
There was an announcement and a reveal not too long ago for Minecraft. They're actually bringing lanterns in, which is why I haven't
thank
touched
God.
the torches. Oh yeah. So a lot of the torches you see are going to be like less spammy, and I hate torch spam. I don't do it. I don't believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in basic pure survival, you will not see me throw down a field of torches at all. Like I will, I will play as immersive as I can. But no, the lanterns are coming, and torches. Even the texture pack makers, the other partners on Minecraft, they've said they've tried changing some of the blocks, but they can't do it like in Java. Like in Java, you can put like a little iron net around the bottom, or some kind of like candle base even at the bottom, something, just to make it 3D. But you can't do that in Bedrock yet, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's gonna look like a stick for a while until we can fix that ourselves.
Right. Wouldn't mind seeing them be turned into candles. And as far as torch spamming goes, I will spam a little bit in an area if I'm currently building on that area, but as soon as I'm done, those go. Those actually look really good.
Actually, you know what? This makes me wonder. This is a redstone torch, but I wonder, because I see little 3D bits. You know what? You got me thinking. I wonder if you can do it now. If so, yeah, we might see different torches.
Right. Because these matchsticks just aren't cutting it for me. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the developers, the builders, or even the fans that are currently waiting for the server to be released or waiting for the next beta?
For sure. To the builders, thank you. Like, you've no idea how helpful, how awesome it's been working with you guys. And most of you have been there for, I guess, a couple of resets now. And it's kind of, I have no words for it. It's a little humbling to see that there's still an interest from you guys that are still helping after all this time. To the devs, I mean, majority of them have been here since day one, way back. And again, just as humbling, just as surprising that, anyone's held as much interest as I have in this project. And then, well, I mean, the players, what would we be doing this for if it were for the players? Thank you guys for the patience. Those of you that play at the old worlds, I mean, hell yeah, rock on. Thank you for giving me the inspiration, the motivation to keep pushing all the way up into this version of the game, and hoping this is something that blows away every attempt we've ever made in the past, that just kind of sets the bar for an RPG in Bedrock.
I think we've already kind of blown away what we've done in the past. I mean, just having commands alone, being able to script NPCs and be able to change things and not have to worry about a complete server crash or, having Microsoft or whoever shut down the server. So that's compared to where we've been previously. This has definitely come a long way. So, and I know that I still kind of enjoy hanging out and building. So I don't think we're going to see our builders going anywhere. Hopefully not.
At this point, I think they're in it for a long haul.
Yeah, so I'd say most of us have been around for a long time. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the interview for today. This has actually been quite a long one, almost 25 minutes. So, yes. So thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And for everybody that's out there waiting for the server to be released, just stay patient with us. We really, really appreciate you guys hanging out.
See y'all.